Thinking about moving to the Bay Area, but want to know what it's really like to live here? In this video, I'll share the top 5 reasons why to move to the Bay Area. This is Austin Lee, and I'm a realtor at Exp Realty here based in the Bay Area. But more than that, I'm one of 8 million people who call Bay Area home. And I know 8 million just feels like just a number, but when you look deeper into it, that's 8 million different stories, 8 million different testimonies, 8 million different reasons why a person chose to call Bay Area home. So in this video, I hope to share my story on what life is like here in the Bay Area as a native for over 20 years. Because I understand moving to a new place where you don't know anyone or anything, that can feel incredibly scary. Even the most basic things are difficult, like, oh, where do I go buy my groceries? Or where can I find a barber who knows how to cut my hair? If you have children, where can I find a good school district for my children? Or if you're religious, where can I find a good church community to plug myself into? Figuring all this stuff out can feel incredibly overwhelming, on top of just looking for a house to call home. So hopefully through my story and past experiences, I can be of some value added to you to help ease your transition, especially when you consider moving to the Bay Area. So I'll briefly share my background. So I was born and raised in the Bay Area, more specifically the city of Saratoga, which is a small suburb near San Jose. And they chose to move all the way from Taiwan to the Bay Area, not because they knew anyone, but because they felt it was a really good place to raise a family with, really good jobs and really good schools. So I grew up going to the public schools in the city of Saratoga, and for college, I moved down to San Diego to do my undergrad studies. And after that, I moved out to the East Coast to Chapel Hill, North Carolina to help start a campus ministry group out there. So I definitely lived in a lot of places now around the country, definitely experienced a lot, but even through all that, I still decided to move back to the Bay Area in California. So alright, without further ado, I want to share our top 5 reasons why to move to the Bay Area. Reason number 1 to move to the Bay Area: job opportunities. The Bay Area is home to really a lot of the world's largest companies in the entire world. Facebook Meta has their headquarters here, Google has their headquarters here, NVIDIA has their headquarters here, Amazon, Netflix, TikTok, all those big companies, they all have a presence here in the Bay Area. So the job opportunities, there's so many of them here in the Bay Area. And also, these jobs pay incredibly well. The average engineer here in San Jose makes over $200,000. But not only that, the work is just incredibly fulfilling. I personally got to work in tech for a few years. I worked at Meta Facebook, and I really enjoyed it. I got to work on a lot of high visibility projects. One of my favorite projects was a Buy Black Friday campaign where we got to showcase businesses owned by people of color, and that got over like 13 million page views. So it's incredibly privileged to showcase these companies that normally wouldn't have that spotlight. And also these companies, they can also treat you incredibly well. I remember when I was at Facebook Meta, they provided us free shuttles, free food, and also gym access. So it's really nice that all these things can be taken care of just from your job. But what if you don't work in tech? There's also really good other jobs here in the Bay Area in other sectors, especially in healthcare, right? We have the Stanford Healthcare Facility, which is world-renowned. You have UC San Francisco, which is world-renowned. There's also jobs in education, right? We have Stanford, we have UC Berkeley, we have San Jose State. And also finance, we have downtown San Jose, downtown San Francisco. There's a lot of finance firms too. So, really whatever job sector you are, there's definitely a good presence here in the Bay Area. Reason number 2 to move to the Bay Area, excellent schools. The Bay Area, we have some of the best schools in the entire state, both public and private. Maybe I'll talk about that more in another video. But more importantly than the great school ratings is really the type of environment that your children will be in that really what makes these schools awesome. Because when you're so young, you're so impressionable, you naturally just want to fit in. And so I think it's really important to make sure that your children are in a good environment. Personally, I went to Saratoga High, so Saratoga schools, and that really was really good experience for me because I was surrounded by so many talented, ambitious students. And naturally I wanted to fit in, and if I wanted to keep up with these students, I needed to prioritize my education. I needed to prioritize my studies. And I felt that, being in Saratoga, forced me to become a better student, be a better test taker. But my high school experience wasn't just, studying. I also did a lot of extracurriculars as well. I was in the marching band for 4 years. I wasn't fortunately good at sports, but there are a lot of sports teams as well that a lot of students were in Saratoga were in. Also, from a teacher to student ratio, it was about 25-1. So it was really awesome getting a lot of detailed attention from my teachers. Saratoga High, we had tutorials where there are these open periods where you could go to any teacher you want, and you could pretty much get more tutoring, more detailed feedback. So it was a really good way to really emphasize my learning there. Now looking today, my peers at Saratoga, they're all very successful. All of them almost went to really good 4-year colleges, and now they're really succeeding in their careers. So it's really important to be in a good high school environment, because that will set up your children for success. And fortunately in the Bay Area, we have plenty of these schools. It doesn't have to be Saratoga. We have good high schools pretty much everywhere across the Bay Area. Reason number 3 to move to the Bay Area: diversity. So the Bay Area is one of the most diverse areas here in the United States. So no matter what walk of life you come from, there's always a place here in the Bay Area where you can find your sense of belonging. So I have a lot of family members in Taiwan who often come visit me, and they still feel very comfortable here in the Bay Area, even though English isn't their native language. And the diversity also extends to other food options here in the Bay Area. I personally love dessert, so I love there's so many different dessert options. We have like boba, mango shaved ice, coconut jelly, and so much more that I could continue going on. Reason number 4 to move to the Bay Area: it's the weather. So the weather here in the Bay Area is very mild. The summer can be characterized as warm and dry, whereas in the winter it's just wet and mild. So mainly it's because the Bay Area is so closely located to the Pacific Ocean. It kind of acts like as a buffer where the weather just never gets too extreme. It never gets too hot or too cold. As a person who lived in other parts of the country, such as North Carolina, so often I had to deal with such bipolar weather. I had to deal with like thunderstorms in the summer, snowstorms in the winter, humidity in the summer as well. So it was just really crazy, really mild, but more annoying that the weather was just very it caused a big nuisance, right? Because a lot of times the roads would be closed some days. Sometimes like school will be closed for kids because the weather was so bad, and then they'll add days at the end of the school calendar because they added it. So here in the Bay Area, you don't deal with any of that. The weather is pretty much never going to cause a problem. So it's really nice that I had that set routine, not having to deal with really crazy weather. Outside the occasional heat wave, maybe once or twice a year, it's pretty much very bearable. And even when it gets super hot, you can always just drive to the ocean, which is about 30 minutes away anyways, if you really can't bear the heat. So it's really nice that the weather is just very awesome here. I don't want to exaggerate it, but yeah, it is very good. If you love hiking, there's a lot of outdoor activities here. You can go hiking in the Santa Cruz Mountains or in Fremont. If you like the beaches, we have beaches in San Francisco or in Santa Cruz. You can drive further out if you really like nature. You have Yosemite National Park, which is like 3 or 4 hours away. We have Lake Tahoe, which is 3-4 hours away as well. We have Napa Valley, which is really the place for wineries. Or if you love the redwood trees, Marin County, about 1 to 2 hours away. We have that here in the Bay Area. So pretty much whatever topography, like climate you like, it's definitely somewhere in the Bay Area, which is only a few hours short drive. So if you love the outdoors, you'll definitely love it here in the Bay Area. I personally love playing basketball. I love playing softball. I love hiking, so I'm so fortunate to here in Bay Area. I can do all those activities with my friends year round. So Bay Area is definitely a great place for really great weather. Reason number 5 to move to the Bay Area: community. Again, just aside from that diversity I talked about in the Bay Area, where in the Bay Area there's so many different types of people, it's really easy to find people who share your same culture and your same set of values. As a child of Taiwanese immigrants, I was surrounded by a lot of Asian, a lot of Taiwanese people in my classroom, so that felt very comfortable. I grew up going to a Taiwanese immigrant church, so my parents also felt very comfortable that they could assimilate, find people who share the same background, same culture, same set of values. When I worked in tech, there's also a lot of social events where you can meet people outside of your daily 9 to 5, where people could share your similar interests. And these type of opportunities, allowed me to build my network as I grew as a young professional. Personally, I'm also a Christian, so I go to a church called City Light Bible Church, and I find that it's a really great place to meet people, and really nice people to meet people who share that same Christian faith. So if you're a Christian and you're planning to move here in the South Bay, I'd personally love to help you get plugged in here as well, and help you hopefully find a good church or find a place, a good spiritual home as well. So if you're considering moving to the Bay Area, I'd be more than happy to be a resource for you and answer any questions that may arise. And I'd be happy to help you walk through that process of relocation as well. So with that being said, let's stay connected. My contact information is in the video description below, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.